home. Why do I repeat myself? Is one welcome enough? I've been thinking about this lately, how I always repeat myself. Just all the time, I say the same thing twice. I just did it again. So, John Wick. Like most of us, I finally got into the films after spending 3 to 6 years seeing Keanu's face plastered up on my "you may also like this" screen on my TV. Every day. He was an old friend before I even saw the 4 films, but it's sad because, well, I hate to spoil things, but since this whole show, here revolves around it, he died at the end of the last movie? Well, okay, so we saw his headstone, but no one actually saw him pass on. Gosh, just talking about the franchise is grim. Anyway, 2 cops in Gotham City also found this peculiar, and since no one knows where the Wick universe really takes place, we at the Kitch at Home show said, why not Gotham? That's actually our company's motto. Why not Gotham? I hate to butt in, but is it really wise? I mean, everyone's looking for this guy. Other assassins, even more dangerous than you, but none so dangerous as he. I want him. I can't think of a better gun for hire. I'm literally standing right here, boss. Yes, when you should be working. I killed everyone you asked me to today. Then go clean up. Oswald, just to be clear for the 19th time, me and my partner came to you because of your knowledge of the underworld. We're not about to track down an assassin so you can add him to your payroll. Yeah, besides, if he even is alive, he's out of the game. He quit years ago. He's been saying that for 4 movies. The city has had a 40% population decrease since he, quote-unquote, retired. Thank you. Hey, Oswald, we don't agree on anything, got it? I'll keep that in mind. So, if I were to give you some names, what do I get out of it? How about we don't lock you up in Arkham for the rest of your unnatural life? And don't put your doggo there up for adoption. It's okay. Harvey, have you learned nothing? Never threaten a man's dog. Facts. Zaz, will you get out of here? Just leaving, boss. Alright, I'll keep the dog. Jim and I can switch off. But that Arkham thing, dead serious. I'm sure Dr. Strange is missing you by now. Fine. You'll have your names. But if you find Wick, you tell me. It'll be our first call. Alright. So, it all started with a puppy. A puppy? Is he going to let me speak? Harvey, let him speak. For what it's worth. Like I say, it all started with a puppy. A puppy John's wife gave him to keep him company when she was gone. His wife's name was not Daisy. Even though all the Daisy stuff you would have found in his house, the puppy's name was Daisy. Please get this straight. It trips everyone up. One day, John woke up to the most annoying alarm sound in the history of clocks. He knew villains were about to approach him because A, he was at a gas station, and B, they were listening to rap music. However, since they were listening to rap music at high volume, they also could have potentially been well-established heroes at last capable of highly filmable martial arts moves. But since this was the beginning of John's day, this was unlikely. And besides, he knew all highly filmable martial arts moves were reserved strictly for him. And later on, Donnie Yen. As was customary, they challenged him in an accent. Also, to keep with tradition, he was the son of someone with a lot of money. So, when's the last time you saw Mr. Wick? I've never met him. We called him, but it doesn't do much good. How do you mean? Why, everyone knows you can't talk to him on the phone. You just said you called him. Yes. What the? I'm gonna punch this Blue Bloods version of the Mad Hatter. Oh, okay, Harvey. What is it? All right. Okay. You can call Mr. Wick if you like, but you see, he always hangs up.
Like civilized man to move on.
If I didn't avenge my sister's murder.
John.
For a certain someone.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to leave this daybreak backlighting and go stand somewhere even more opulent. Perhaps we can speak of this again over tiny cups of coffee. For now, skin crawling smile as I back out of the room. Is, one galleon enough for this conversation? Harvey, this isn't Harry Potter. Right. Sorry, Sharon. This is about you-know-what in, Vault You-know-which. Harvey, will you stop kidding around? What do you know about Mr. Wick? Ah, John. He is a man of few words. You see, ever since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, no one trusted him too much with dialogue. Even though he made it to the big time, there were still some misunderstandings. Hello? Since when did we start doing an Inuit Western? No, he's native Hawaiian, Chinese, English, Irish, and Portuguese. Whatever. He's still not getting dialogue on my watch, sister. He can't handle it. He's got nothing upstairs. Since when do audiences care about the upstairs, Todd? Good point. But the answer's still no. Well, then we've at least got to give him a cool catchphrase. Like when he played Ted, in Bill and Ted, his catchphrase was excellent. Remember? That's too complicated. How about, How about, yeah, that's stupid. We can't build a whole franchise around, yeah. It's yeah, Nancy. Okay, well, what about a name for the new dog at the end of the first film? Daisy was cute, so what about, we have to think of something like that. Nah, that's too complicated. He'll never be able to remember that. How about dog? Dog. Why don't we just make it a silent film then? Don't test me, Nancy. You know that would have helped his performance in Dracula. His performance was fine, but I do regret making him redub all his dialogue away from the rest of the cast in that aluminum pipe.
He's buying up property around London.
Of course, sir. I'll attend to the Count. Thank you for your confidence.
Well, if he only acts with his eyes again, we're going right back in that too. Well, critics really liked him in that one movie. Oh yeah? But no one liked the movie, so it made no difference. Well, what about that serious role opposite Patrick Swayze? He played an FBI agent, for heaven's sake. People trusted him with that. He was put undercover as a surfer, Nancy. A surfer. Try again. Oh, one more thing. How is his sustained rage going to play over 4 years if we only see his dog die in the very beginning of the first film? Won't people forget the emotional story of what's going on? Well, who do you want to play the part? Ethan Hawke? He always looks like his dog just died. You know I wanted Ethan. So we can't leave stuff up to chance. We need a winner. So get the nunchucks, inject him with that longevity serum, and for God's sakes, don't let me see him in anything but black. He's the main character. There's no reason he should be easily seen. Well, he is an assassin. True. And night exists. So let's really see the night, The audience shouldn't be able to make out anything except symbolic colored lighting. Okay. These movies are going to be so good, though. Oh, so good. Just a few basic questions. How did you know Mr. Wick? Well, I tell you. But like the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2, I have birds I'd rather take care of. Oh, come on, man. Can't you give us anything? He died, so stop looking. You'll never find him because he's more alive than ever. You might just be the most confusing of all of them. I doubt that. Oh, by the way, say hi to Penguin for me. He knows Oswald? He's an organized loon who lives on a dock and goes by the title Bowery King. Of course he knows Oswald. Okay, you're the adjudicator. And if that doesn't sound like something right out of Dune, you're not dangerous at all combat-wise, from what we've seen so far. Your danger is in your resources and connections to the High Table. You make one call, and you have all the resources of the High Table at your disposal. At least, that's according to what I read on Reddit.com. Oh, one more comment being posted now. Says here, you're also disrespectful about high-grade sushi. Pretty bad reviews. So, what's your question? We want to know more about the High Table, how it works. It is considered the ultimate authority of the underworld, and is feared and respected by all, up to and including John Wick himself. You think John feared you and your bosses? Of course. The law is the law. I'm sure you know there's a fine line between respect and telling people what they want to hear. Well, John's never told me anything I wanted to hear. Nor have any of the people who cover for him. If the Court of Owls controls everything, how do you explain it? The Court of Owls. You said the Court of Owls. It's a high table. I said the High Table. The Owls is our thing. Well, I meant that's a Gotham thing. Okay. If the High Table controls everything, how do you explain the Elder? He's above even the High Table, correct? Yeah, he must be on a ladder or something. Ah, yes. John went to see him in the desert. He gave him his wedding ring as a sign of loyalty. The hard way. I do not like how she says that, but some say the Elder destroyed him. A finger. That's all that was left. A finger. Nothing else. Just like Peter Pettigrew. This isn't Harry Potter. Sorry. But after we met that weird guy hung up on that mythology stuff, I'm getting confused. My nephew killed his dog. My nephew stole his car. I have his car still. But I wonder when he will come looking for me. No one is safe from Baba Yaga. He is the Slavic fairy tale come to life. He hunts us down like that old woman with iron teeth and a garden gate made out of bones. A hut on chicken legs that can turn around and run to some extent, but when he gets tired, Baba Yaga gets in the flying mortal and pestle and chases you down until she teaches those around you a lesson, but hardly ever you directly, as she's in the game of proving your value to others in the most vicious way possible. Yes, we call him Baba Yaga. Some feel he is an angry old witch woman because he confuses us with his mixture of violence and deep emotional complexity. And others just call him Baba Yaga, the boogeyman, and then are immediately corrected by being told he isn't the boogeyman, he is who you send to kill the boogeyman, thus aligning him once again with an unpredictable witch. We even put a bounty on his head like a witch hunt when he didn't do what we desired. And still, there are others who refuse to look up this cultural mythology, even though John once did someone in with the first edition storybook of Baba Yaga, beating them over the head with it and other things. They prefer to wrongly call him the boogeyman, without thinking too hard about the tie-ins with witchcraft. Because it just sounds macho and cool. Baba Yaga is fun to say. And no one has addressed the fact that his name is suspiciously close to the word Wicca either. So, your answer to the question is no, you haven't seen him. I have not. But I know his deeds. You see, no one has seen him can tell you, because if they saw him, they are now deceased. By all means, light another cigar. I can still almost breathe. Don't mind if I do. You know, he killed 3 men in a bar with a pencil. A swear word pencil. That is his thing. He kills people with office supplies. A stapler, a paper clip, 1 man with a hole punch. And the less said about a protractor death, the better. He once went on a calculator spree, and 1 guy, with an eraser, rubbed him right out. Okay, I think we have all we need here. Well, alright. Nice to talk to you and not listen. Come back next time you want a glass of bourbon so thick it looks like maple syrup. Just looking over Wick's medical history. Boy, this guy has a lot of accidents. He must have rubber bones. Says here he was thrown through glass 14 times, stabbed 6, thrown downstairs 3 times, and we're talking many sets at once. Multiple car crashes, hit by a moving vehicle 5 times, hit by metal pipes twice, attempted asphyxiation 6 times, and shot without a bulletproof vest once. With a vest? That's 12 times. Plus assorted projectiles thrown at his head, and being knocked to the ground more times than I can even count here. All of which he did survive. Good God. Rubber bones? Even rubber can melt. Looks like some of these injuries were obtained during a combat altercation with a massive fan of his. His #1 fan, to be exact. I'm nervous. I can't wait to fight you. I think ever since I heard about you, I always felt like it was my place to bring you down. I don't know, just silly thoughts. JW, is it okay if I call you JW? It's weird to just be sitting here like this before we fight. This hotel and its rules, right? Like, who makes up these rules anyway? Well, the high table, obviously, but no fighting on continental grounds. I mean, I get it, people need to eat and sleep and stuff, but I don't know it. Okay, now listen to me. It's just, I can't believe I'm meeting you face to face. You're sweeter looking than I thought you'd be. I mean, you can get angry. We all do. But your resting face, it's nice. Wouldn't it be crazy if we ended up both surviving this, and then we become good friends, best friends? Oh, and maybe I could have a go driving your car. Stop talking. You know, you could be friendlier. I don't know if anyone ever told you this before, but you need to hear it. You need to listen to people. Okay, I'm just trying to help you. And I gave you a compliment. And, okay, your hair's nice too. See, there's another one. Standoffish doesn't make you cool, okay? Never meet your heroes. Am I right? I married mine. Well, now I don't know what to say because that's unbelievably touching and sad. Thanks a lot, John Wick. You suck. I don't know, dog. What do you think? What do you think about? Okay, I don't know who you are, but you smell good. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm outside. Hey, this is our first walk together. You're limping? Don't care. I'm gonna pull you down the street anyway. Oh, I'm wet. Food! Hi, Dad. You're home. Can we eat? This is so good. Wait, Dad, are you okay? Okay, good. I'm going back to eating. Come on, get up! It's morning! Okay, fine, don't get up, just lie there. I can do that too, how about that? I'll take up the whole bed. What that? Ball? 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 But, yes! You wanna go inside? Ooh, plush carpet. Hey, don't look at me like that, I don't know you either, buddy. Eek, wet, dead! Get out of the street! Thank goodness you have me around to look out for you, jeez. Okay, everybody enjoy the wet dog fur. Treat? Oh, you're just checking the time. Food? Dad, you look sad! Okay, well, I can look sadder than you, so... You're alive! You're back! I thought you left me forever! I thought it was because I chewed up your shoes, but then I realized I never told you about that, because I hid them where you couldn't find them. I hate you for leaving. I love you for coming back. It's forgotten, okay? Is licking your beard communicating how much I missed you? Sit. Got it. Okay, sat. So, what do I get? Fine. I'll just stare at the spot you were until you come back and freak everybody out. A car ride and my favorite lap. Dad, this is the best. You know why I am here? To ignore the fact that I retired. There are 12 seats at the high table. I need one of them vacant. I need you, Baba Yaga. Well, there's a seat at the low table. There you can't miss. The blood oath you owe me. Remember, if not for what I did on that night of your impossible task, you wouldn't be here. The night of the impossible task? You mean now, when I had to feign interest in your whiny problem? How am I doing? You know, Marcus helped me more than you. Gil, from Finding Nemo, the Green Goblin? Forget that guy. No, you wouldn't be here right now. Like this. In this house. This is because of me. And this is because of me. You poured hot coffee on me. Whew, lucky. It was in a tiny cup. Winston, it took you long enough. After all, why waste your time looking for a dead man anywhere else but a cemetery? You're our last interview. Trying to save the best for last. Charming. You forget I once shot him. You were trying to save him from the high table. A worse fate. It's all in the paperwork. There are things about Jonathan that aren't in your paperwork, that aren't documented anywhere. He had a totally different life with his wife, and then he was drawn back. Blackmailed, you might say. Back to playing with the rules, fighting in clubs with music from a 90s fashion show. Being attacked in his own home, twice. Just like that Jennifer Lopez movie enough. And a myriad of entitled folks wandering around the high table crying, John did exactly what I asked him to do. How could he? Now he must die. And putting a bounty on his head. Each bounty amount more ridiculous. What would you do with all that money? Buy a ticket to outer space? Tour the Milky Way? Gaudy, if you ask me. Well, I'll leave you to it. Wait, Jim, you let him go. He hasn't got anything for us. Holy mother of pearl. John Wick? Should I say it? Please. Yeah. You're not real, are you? No, now I'm real. Whenever I'm with her, I'm real. See, some people think this about you. Some people think that. Things come and go. Places, rain, sun. But there's who you really are. That's a constant. Everything else is just weather. Wow, that's the most I've been allowed to talk in a long time. I think I'm just gonna go back to the spirit world. Goodbye. Well, I guess that's our answer. Jim, you remember our first call? Oh, right. Oswald, we found Wick.
Oh, excellent. Where is he?
Somewhere we can't follow. Well, did you talk to him? A little.
How can you just let him escape? You are going back on my mortal enemies list, Jim.
Twice in 1 week. Nice. We didn't let him escape. He's finally at peace. Oswald?
Unfortunately, I think I know what you're saying. It's the same with my dad. Sometimes I think I can see him, his spirit, his presence. Still inviting me to sit and have tea with him in the parlor. Like always, his smile.
God. I'm sorry, Oswald.
Thank you for looking. Goodbye, Jim.
Goodbye, Oswald.
Son, why did you tell Detective Gordon I was dead? A spirit? What's wrong with you?
He'll be worried.
Because he's lying to me. John Wick is alive, and he just doesn't want me to hire him. I'm just gonna have to hunt him down on my own.
Can't you let anything go?
This isn't healthy.
Here, come have some tea with me in the parlor.
I hate tea, and I think you know that.
You'll have tea with me and like it. Upsetting that nice man. To tell him I was a mere ghost, a figment of your imagination.
Dad, rest assured, no matter what happens, you'll never become just a mere ghost. Never. Not to me.
Now will you come have tea?
Yes.
You know what's funny? Where I personally know Keanu from? When he owned a cookie factory in Toyland and got arrested by teddy bears. Wrongfully, I might add. Yeah, so everyone's frame of reference is different. Oh, and then I remember when he pretended to get attacked by a teddy bear in that Canadian show to make that kid laugh. And he got fired. He got so fired. Okay, yeah, time to go. Until next time, this has been Kitch at Home. Bye!
I'm gonna catch me a rat.
Why is my hard drive making noise? That's weird. Never thought about that before, did you? I've been, okay, cut.
But none so dangerous as he. That is a very weird phrasing.
Boss, I'm literally standing right here. Can I reverse them? It sounds better the other way.
Okay, sure. Shh, it's okay. I would calm my dog.
Good improv there, Oswald. So, when's the last time you saw Mr. Wick? Kitch, your hard drive's making terrible noises again. It's grinding, I don't know why.
You can call Mr. Wick if you like.
You alright, Marquis?
Whew, I'm alright.
Alright, I had a sandwich and something to drink. I'm ready to record again, I guess. Well, you did miss your lunch break. I typed in Sally Moran from John Wick. It was Twin Peaks, and she has the same watering can I do. This is weird. She has a yellow watering can. She sunk in a frame. Life is weird. That was from the 90s? Twin Peaks? And I have the same exact watering can for houseplants? Well, What about a name for the new dog? At the end of the first film, Daisy was so cute. Oh, oops. Is it read all at once? Are there pauses? There's periods and dots. There's a lot of dots happening. How do I say it? Let's try it again. So, get the nunchucks, inject them with that longevity serum, and for God's sakes, oh, I just hit the lamp with my thumb and ruined a great take, darn it. Came back. Had to go to the bathroom. Where are we? Oh, it's your line. I should not have kept the adjudicator waiting. Oops. Don't look at me like that. Son, why did you tell Detective Gordon I was dead? I'm sorry. I just spit everywhere. I'm sorry. Like son, like father. Get your little hanky out. No, I moved the one in your breast pocket, the one in your sleeve. I don't keep a hanky in my sleeve. You don't keep a hanky in your... Here's the tissue. Okay, all ready. To ignore the fact that I retired? Oh, this is too painful. This is exactly what I wanted to say. So, I guess I'll just have to be last. Again. Did you see me after the credits in John Wick 4? Didn't know there was a tag scene after the credits, did you? Well, go watch the fourth film again. Interesting stuff happening there. All implied.